everyone, welcome back. So today I have a review for you on some products from CoverFX. And some of these products were sent to me and others I have purchased or were gifted to me. So I just wanted to put that out there and be 100% honest with you guys from the get-go. And like I have said in all of my other review videos, just because products are sent to me, that does not sway my opinion in any way, shape, or form. I still have used these products and I am here to bring you some recommendations and my full thoughts and review. So let's just get started. The first product that I have here is the CoverFX Anti-Aging Primer. I had received this in my swap package from Trish. I really like this primer. This primer is like a gel type of consistency. It looks like so. The reason I like this is because it's like a gel, but it's a very moisturizing formula. It feels good on my skin. I don't find that it's cakey. I find that it really seeps into my skin. It kind of has a little bit of like a silicone-y type feel. Not greasy, but definitely more on the moisturizing side of things. So if you have dry skin, I would recommend the anti-aging primer. If you are more oily skin, I would steer clear of that one and go for the mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. This primer I've been using for days when I want to use more of like a dewy finish foundation. I'll put the primer on just so I don't get dewy throughout the day. I like a dewy finish, but some foundations, even with that dewy finish, can get a little bit oily. So I've been reaching for the mattifying primer. This is a nice primer. The consistency is slightly different on this one. It is still that gel, but it's not as luminous, I would say. It dries to a very matte finish. It almost dries to like a, not powder, but it's matte, whereas this primer stays luminous. I don't know if you can see it on my hand here, but this is it's a little bit more luminous dewy, and this side it's just dull, it's matte. So I would recommend this one for sure this summer. If you are more oily, combo skin, definitely try the CoverFX mattifying primer. I really have been enjoying both of these primers. Okay, so let's move on to foundation. And the foundation I have here is the Total Cover Cream Foundation. I actually have two shades because I'm self-tanning. I have shade N50, which looks like this, neutral 50. They have shades for cool undertones, neutral undertones, and warm undertones. They have a very wide selection of shades. You can actually go on their website and take the quiz, and it'll kind of lead you to the skin tone and the right shade of foundation. This is shade N40. I am wearing N40 all over my face today. The other day I had used this in the center and then the N50 on the outside to just kind of do like a contour with the cream foundation. Now there is a brush that was sent to me to use to apply this cream foundation. It just says cream foundation brush. So this is the brush I've been using to put the foundation on my skin. Now, I think there's a little bit of a learning curve with this foundation, at least that is what I have found from it. The cream foundation is meant for people with normal skin, maybe even normal to dry, because it's a very moisturizing type of foundation. Almost, I'm wearing it today, it almost has a little bit like a natural finish, but just a little bit of dewiness. So how I've been applying this is I've taken the brush and put it in the product, and at first I started like swiping it on my face, but it wasn't really sinking in properly, so then I started doing like buffing motions, and that was the trick. The coverage on this is buildable. I would say medium coverage. I'm not sure if I can get it up to full coverage. Like I kind of spot concealed, but medium coverage, buildable to almost full. Not full coverage like your Estee Lauder Double Wear, or full coverage like another liquid type foundation full coverage. I would say this is more like medium to 3/4 coverage. I like this. I like how it looks on my skin. I was a little on the fence about the application process because I'm not sure if it like sunk into my skin as much as say a liquid foundation because of that factor. And I say that because my husband had pointed out to me that he's like, I can see the makeup on your skin. And I'm like, you can? And I even went back in with the Beauty Blender to really get rid of any brush strokes. I realized this brush came with it to apply it, but I went back in with the Beauty Blender wet to really try to get it to sink into my skin more. And I have very normal skin, so I definitely would not recommend this foundation if you are oily. I don't think this would work for you at all. I think if you have dry skin, this would work better for you than if you even have normal skin, because it's really going to suck up the product and marry better to your skin. This does have SPF 30 in it, so that is a bonus for, you know, being outside. Now, I always say to put on sunscreen, don't just rely on the sunscreen. So my overall thoughts on these are, I'm a little hesitant about it sitting on top of my skin and not sinking in all the way, and I wasn't completely sold on like how to get it to apply and how to get it to stick to your skin. But if you are dry skin, I think you would really enjoy the cream foundation. All right, the next thing here that I have is concealer, and I have the shade medium and light. I use the medium to spot conceal with the Cover FX brush. It looks like this. And then I used the light foundation, or the light concealer, underneath my eyes with the Beauty Blender. And the reason I'm telling you that is because this is an extremely thick concealer. Very, very thick. So I had to shear it out for underneath my eyes so it did not look cakey and crease. Let me just give you... consistency wise, I would compare this to the Tarte's Amazonian Clay Concealer. It's very, very creamy, but yet at the same time it is quite emollient. It blends really well underneath your eyes. I didn't like the brush for under my eyes. I did like it better with the Beauty Blender because I liked the fact that you could shear it out and it wasn't so thick. I don't like a really thick concealer under my eyes because then I felt like it was getting cakey, and I don't like that look. So it definitely is a full coverage concealer. I used it to spot conceal blemishes, the darker shade, the medium, and then I used the light underneath my eyes. I think this definitely is going to cover any sort of dark under eye circles that you may have. You might want to, if you have a really light skin but you have dark under eye circles, you might want to correct it first and then go in with the concealer. But as far as spot concealing, and for me, I don't have really dark under eyes, so it worked well. And so I liked the fact that it was very emollient and that it was thick but yet creamy and blendable. The last product that I have here is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. And that is exactly what this is. I have been using this to set my under eye concealer and then to set my T-zone. And what it is, it's just a finely milled, very loose powder, and it is reminiscent of like the NARS Light Reflecting or the Laura Mercier Secret, well, not really like the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, but like the NARS Light Reflecting, where it has that very fine, just subtle amount of luminosity. It's not anything that's going to really show up on your skin. It's not going to be sparkly. It's not going to be glittery. It just gives you that slight luminosity to the skin, which I think is really pretty. It's a very finely milled powder. It's not thick. It's not cakey. I did not experience any creasing underneath my eyes with setting my face and my under eyes with this powder. I liked this powder and I would recommend trying this powder, and I am in the shade light. However, it is almost like a white color, so I'm not sure what the darker colors look like. This is just the color I have, and it's like a white, but it's light. It's just, this just has a little bit of a luminosity, nothing, just very subtle. So those are my thoughts on these products that I have here from Cover FX. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this informational and very helpful for you guys. I hope you have a fabulous day today, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.